Hey guys, it's Elisa here and I'm back with another video. You guys thought I was going to ditch you, but no. This time I'm back and I'm better, guys. I am a changed person, okay? Anyway, in today's video, I will be talking about my experience with Airbnb in Ottawa. Please do not question why I say Ottawa. That's how the owners pronounce it, so I might as well just do the same. Anyway, guys, let me explain what happened. So let me just give a backstory before I get to the actual story. You get my point. This is what happened. I had gotten to Canada and I didn't have my accommodation sorted out. So I was like, okay, fine, let me stay at a hotel. Then the next day, on the first day, right, I was like, let me stay at a hotel for a night, and then the next day I'll go looking for accommodation, either to be on school, like I'll pay to be on school, or I will pay for a shared apartment, right? So I arrived on a Friday. I didn't know our friends respect the weekend here. Like, it's so respected, well respected. Like, the only places that you find open on the weekend are like maybe supermarkets and all of that, like at the mall and whatnot. But normally on the weekend, most businesses are closed. So I didn't know that. I thought people, even on Saturday, people are going to work. I thought it's just banks that close, like that are not working, like that are not open rather on Saturday. My God, here Friday 5 p.m. I was here and I managed to find a hotel. I went there and I stayed there. Next morning I even woke up early, called my friend, because my friend is the one that was going to show me around and help me get everything done and whatnot. I call him and then I'm telling him, I'm like, oh, okay, so what do we start with? All of that stuff. He says, okay, I'm going to send you something, but you should know that we can't go today because they don't work on Saturday. I was like, oh, okay, fine. I let that slide because I'm like, okay, Saturday, Sunday, then we'll get started Monday. So what happened? I stayed at that hotel till Sunday, and that Sunday I was supposed to like check out and all of that stuff, but that didn't happen because I don't even know why that. No, it didn't happen because the accommodation thing, like, it just like we had found a place and all of that off campus, but then like there were some documents that needed to be, just a lot of stuff, right? I'm trying to, so that I get to the main story. Yeah, and then like time kept going and I was still staying at that hotel. Keep in mind, at this hotel I'm being charged 200 and something per night, right? And I stayed there for like 5, 6, 7 days, somewhere there. All those days were because I didn't have I didn't have accommodation, and also just the process of the leasing and whatnot, it just took a very long time. Yeah, I'm not going to go in details. I'm not going to go into details with that, but yeah, that's what happened. So I stayed there for like 6, 7 days, and that's what even led me to now go and stay at an Airbnb, or to choose an Airbnb. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday was actually a school day. Monday was a school day and I had orientation and all of that. Next day I had class. The following day I had class. So I think I moved into my apartment on the 8th, 9th, I don't know, around that time. But like, yeah, and I arrived here on, I think, the 1st. I can't remember, but in May. Yeah, so I went to class and all of that, and then it turned out that we had finished the documentation and all of that. My dad had transferred the money to me, but the money had not reflected. The money for the rent now, you have to pay before you move in, whatever. So he had transferred the money to my account, but then it hadn't yet reflected, right? So I'm I'm like, okay, you know what? Since the money has already been sent, let me check out at the hotel. Let me check out. Then come Konoku apartment and then wait in the office because it doesn't take very long to like reflect. So I came here and they allowed me, they put my stuff in the office and all of that stuff. I'm waiting for the money to reflect. It wasn't reflecting. 16. I had a class at 5 p.m. and I didn't want to miss class because that was like the first week of school. You can't be missing class the first week of school. You have to be knowing now. You have to be finding your friends in that first week of school. Like you have to be knowing, okay, this one, that, like, you know, even group stuff, you know, that's when you know your group members. Okay, if you're a student, you get what I mean. You just know what I mean. Unless you're not serious about that. But yeah, that's when you just like know who you want in your group for, like, you know, group projects and all of that. So I asked them, I'm like, can I go to class and then come back? And then once it reflects whether I'm in class or not, I will transfer the money to you. I said, oh, okay, that's not a problem, or whatever. So I went to class. My class ended at 7 p.m. And then at about 7:30, 8, the money reflected. Now, these guys close at like 5 p.m. Like their office hours are 9 to 5, right? So and I'm like, hey, the money has reflected. I can go move in, whatever. This is when now the problem starts. I call the property manager and I'm like, oh, the money has reflected. Let me transfer it to you, whatever. He tells me, okay, you can transfer it to me, but you can't move in tonight. I'm like, but I have my bags, I've sent the money, we've done everything and all of that stuff. He's like, I get that, but then our office hours are 9 to 5 and after that I can't, like, you know, I can't let you move in. You know, management is not going to allow me, whatever. I said, okay, fine. Then he offered, because they have like an Airbnb set up just around, and then he offered, is like, oh, okay, so you can pay for this Airbnb and all of that stuff, and then you can move in tomorrow. Guys, they were gonna charge me $250 for one night when I could just move into my apartment. It didn't sit right with me. So I asked my friend, I have a friend, so she's Nigerian. I asked my friend, I said, what do you think? Should I take the Airbnb that they're offering, or I find another Airbnb, or I go back to the hotel that I was staying at? Like, and then she was like, oh, I think because you have a lot of bags, find something that's cheaper and something not so far. And I think an Airbnb where you can just stay for a night would be okay. You don't need anything fancy where you like have the whole apartment to yourself. You just need a room, and then you can come back tomorrow morning. I was like, okay, I think I would do that. So I got on an Uber from school to to my apartment now, but yeah, like their offices. So I got an Uber and then I like came, and on my way I was looking for an Airbnb, and then I asked the Uber driver, keep in mind also, oh, not keep in mind, but remember I said like Canadians are like very nice. So me, that's Uber driver, he was like, oh, let me assist you, there's some places that I know, whatever, and also I can. And then he was helping me with also like knowing what's overpriced and what's not overpriced, because again, remember, I'm new to this place. I've only been here for like a week, like, you know, all of that stuff. So he helps me, we try to find one, eventually we find one. He drops me off, I pick up my bags. Sad part is that he couldn't take me to that Airbnb, so I had to book another Uber going that side. Now I don't know why I didn't check the distance, because, you know, when you are looking for a place, any place, it's going to show you how far it is from where you are. I didn't want a place that was far because I had like 4 big bags. I'm just a girl, you know. So I don't know why I didn't check how far it was. But like even on booking the Uber, all of that stuff, I just put in the address. I didn't check anything. Hey, we started off with the Uber driver. So the no. Why Stevie? Car? 20 minutes passed. We're just going. I'm like, bakata potenda kapeni kuma uko kuma kuma outskirts so kapende remaining like we had gone, it was very far. It was very, very far. So I'm like, but why did I book an Airbnb that's this far? And the thing is that I had already paid. It cost me like $75, if not 80, around that price. I had already paid. So there was nothing like going back, finding another place. There was nothing like that. I had already paid. I got there. And first of all, the first thing I noticed is that there were not many houses around it. It was quiet and like anyway. And wait a minute. Wait, I just remembered a certain part. On my way to the Airbnb, the owner of the Airbnb called me and said, "Oh, is this Elisa, whatever." I said, "Yes." Okay. So they had a West African accent, right? They told me, "Oh, we'll be expecting you, whatever." I said, oh, "Okay, cool, fine." I got to the place, and this is where now I was just shocked at everything that was happening. Like, I was so shocked. So I get there, and the Uber driver is like helping me take my stuff out of the car, and this person calls me again, shouting at me. I'm like, hold on that thought. Why are you shouting at me? Hey, why are you with someone? You said you are coming alone. Why are you with someone? I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, but this is the Uber driver and he's just helping me carry my stuff out of the car. He's just helping me get the stuff out of the car. It's like, then the person is like, oh, but still, like, they'll just, and I don't know why I didn't think of leaving right there and then, because first of all, why are you shouting at me? 1. 2, why are you so concerned that I've come with someone? Like, I was just, but anyway, I was like, okay, fine. The Uber driver drops me off, he leaves. A man walks out of the Airbnb. I'm like, I personally feel like if you're offering me a room in a house and it's like an Airbnb, if there's one lady, that should disqualify the fact that that should disqualify a man coming to stay there. I don't know if you get what I mean. Like, my apartment, right, is a shared apartment. I live with 2 other people, right? And because the first person was like a girl, everyone in all the rooms has to be a girl. Like, this room, a girl, the next, I don't know if you get what I mean. Like, there shouldn't be men. So I'm like, why is the man coming out of this? Why is the man coming out of this Airbnb? I was like, okay, I'm just going to brush that off. He comes out and he's smoking, and then he looked like he was from the Middle East, somewhere there. He says hi and all of that stuff. I'm like, hi. Most of the time, I don't talk to strangers, especially men who look like they could be dangerous. I don't talk to them. I don't know if you get what I mean. Like, on a normal day, I will not respond. But that day, I was like, since we're talking about waiting, so I was like, hi. I was like, hi. Then he started asking me what my name is, where I'm from, whatever. Like, he was just asking all these questions and all of that. Now, I don't like, I don't like small talk. Like, first of all, we don't even know each other. Like, and they're old. Like, okay, he wasn't very old, but he was like way older than me. He looked way older than me, at least. So I'm like, where is this person, I brushed that off. So I'm standing outside thinking that maybe someone is going to come and attend to me and all of that. That man who called me first, he calls again. And it's like he was seeing me through the cameras, like they had CCTV. He calls me. Hello? Send me a picture of your passport because I need to know who I'm letting in. Whatever. So I'm like, why are you shouting? You have noticed that the person you're talking to, first of all, I was tired. I had had a long day. I had 4 bags. And like, I was just not, like, why are you shouting? Okay, like, why are you shouting? So I was like, oh, okay, I sent you my passport, and then it's like, then I'll send you the code for the door, because the door had like a code. I was like, oh, okay, send it now. I'm like, okay. So I started looking for my passport because I didn't necessarily have a picture on my phone. I started looking for my passport. I couldn't find my passport. I was like, okay, fine, let me try and check my mail, you know, for my scanned documents. Maybe it will be there. So I'm checking. I just took apparently how many minutes, but 2 mafuta. Hey, I'm like, why are you shouting? Like, please, can somebody, like... So that man is just there standing, like the one who was outside, just standing there looking at me. What. So I started getting scared. I'm like, this is not good. So what do? I find the picture fast. I send it to the person. He sends me the code and a whole other document. I don't know what it was even for. And then I'm like, before I enter, let me sit outside. So I sat outside. I sat there outside. I called someone. Yeah, we're talking on the phone, talking. And then I was feeling unsafe. And normally when I'm feeling unsafe, if I'm on the phone, I start speaking in Nyanja or in Bemba or in Swahili, whatever other language, you know, I just stop speaking English. Or when like just, I don't want you to hear what I'm saying. I'm gonna, you know. So I'm talking to that person and like we're on the phone and then it's like the network starts getting bad. Okay, I felt like someone was just interrupting with it. Like there was just so much going on there and I was just feeling so unsafe. And then this man again, he calls me, why haven't you entered the house? I've sent you the code, enter the house. Yeah, Shani. Yeah. So I'm like, is this the customer service? Yeah, no. Because I don't understand why you keep shouting at me. I get it. You are maybe loud or whatever, but I don't think you should be shouting at me because I'm not even shouting back. You know, if we're both being loud, I would understand. But you're the only one being loud, and it seems like you don't even get the fact that you are the only one being loud. But anyway, I just brushed it off. So now I'm seated there and I'm talking. We'll talk for a bit, the network we'll talk for a bit. I'm like, what's going on? And then the man kept on calling. Every after 5 minutes, he'll call. I was like, this is not safe. So I was like, okay, fine, let me enter. I put in the code. I opened the door. Wah! I said I can't stay here. I'm not staying here. Guys, tell me why that looks like not even a trap house. But you know how when those who've watched these movies for Vama drugs and all of that, you know how those houses look for when those houses where they keep the people they are trafficking, like, you know, that's how it looked inside. It was so muddy. First of all, there were these muddy boots by the door. Then there was a long stairway. Like it was just and then it was just giving dangerous. And that man, remember that man that was outside, he entered, right? He entered the house. I opened the door. I'm like, first of all, even just the fragrance, no, the fragrance. Like, because it was giving, first of all, it was giving there a lot of men in this house, because, I don't know, it was just, like, not even just a lot of men, a lot of dirty men, like, and there was just this smell. It was so bad, and it was dirty and everything. I was like, Plus, another thing that made me not want to stay there was the fact that the the stairway was just too long. I'm like, I'm not dragging 4 bags up those stairs. Like, I'm not doing that. What happens if maybe someone wants to attack me in the same house where, first of all, there are men, and I don't even... What if there's even someone behind the same door who can even just stab me or something, or inject me or dose me? I just had so much going on in my head. But maybe that's also because I've watched a lot of series or movies where my things for drugs, you know, and things like that happen. And when I was leaving Zambia, my mom told me, don't go anywhere that's not like public, you know, that like, don't go to places that are not public until you've gotten a hold of the place, like until you know your way around, then you can start doing such. But you know, don't talk to people anyhow, don't help people, don't ask, like, just, you know, all of that. So I'm like, I'm not staying here. I closed the door. The man called me again. Why are you not entering the house? What? We are waiting for you. We are Shantan. He was saying that. I was on my phone. I was legit on my phone trying to book an Uber. I don't care how much I've already spent. The reason I was even actually, the reason I chose to stay at an Airbnb was because, first of all, I had already spent a lot of money at the hotel that I was at. And then secondly, the whole Uber situation was also more bills. I just didn't want to spend a lot of money. That's what made me go to an Airbnb. Before that, I had never been to an Airbnb. Back home, anywhere, I had never stayed at an Airbnb. I just said, I'm not doing this. I'm out of here. I'm a soft girl. Kunyumba bazi went in a princess ine. I can't do that. Considering that even the next day I have to cook for myself. When I left that place, I was, first of all, I was traumatized. That's one thing. Two, I was so tired that when I got to that place, I didn't even care how much they charged me. They charged me over $300. I didn't even care. I just said, please, I just want to sleep. Like, I just want to sleep. And then that's how I gave them my card, I paid, whatever. Like, I left that place and whatnot. And you know what shocked me? What shocked me and what made me confident in the fact that, what made me confident? What made me feel confident in the fact that that place was not safe, I think that's what I was trying to say, yes, was when I left, that man did not bother calling me. That man, I know for a fact that he could see that Uber driver collect my bags, put them in the car. I know that he was seeing him, but he didn't call me. He didn't do anything. When I left that place, he didn't call me, like nothing. I didn't receive any other call. After that, I didn't receive any call. Even the next day, I didn't receive any call. And then, because I was using the Airbnb app and all of that stuff, you know, when you stay at a place and you like left and all of that, they're going to ask you for your review and whatnot. I put in my review. I said, this place is very unsafe. No one should stay there. Okay, that was only because I paid for nothing, and those people, they were just shouting at me. I said, I'm going to put a review. Normally, I don't review places, but if you treat me very badly, I'm going to review a place. So that's how I reviewed the place and whatnot. But I was shocked that that man didn't call me. Nothing. After 2 minutes, he didn't call me. I'm like, Elisa. You would have cried Pepe Wati because you would have cried a lot. Because I was like, you guys. And the thing is that my first week being here, I think I hadn't opened a bank account. So I was moving with cash in my bank. I was moving with cash in my bag and in my cards. Oh, and like I had money in my card. But anyway, I stayed at that place, the hotel, and that's how the next day I even checked out, you know. When I reached the hotel and everything was just nice, I said, India life, your man is zero. This is the life which I know. Not that stuff I wanted to take myself through. People who think, no, cheap is okay, cheap is... Me, I'll forever think cheap is expensive. I'll forever keep it in my head that cheap is expensive. Because, guys, that place would have cost me my life all for $80. Never again. And that's how I also just vowed to say, I'm never going to do Airbnb again. I even deleted the app. I don't care whether it's clean. I don't care whether it's what. Whether people have good reviews about it, I'm not doing it again. I had never done Airbnb until that day. And I told myself, as of today, I'm not doing Airbnb again. First and last time. I'll just be doing what I know. I'll be going to stay at my hotel. Okay, whatever it is. But yeah, because no. Anyway, guys, that marks the end of today's video. And yeah, so if you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up, like, which is thumbs up, subscribe, and share with your friends. Also, I think you guys, if you've stayed on an Airbnb and all of that, please share your experiences in the comments. I would really love to read them, even though I know that I'm not going to stay there. I'm not going to stay at any Airbnb ever again. Just, you know, share your experiences. And yeah, bye. See you next